What's up, Abnormal Squad? It's your boy Amar, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I want to talk about my story and how I got into business, or how I became an entrepreneur. So basically, I want to give a breakdown. This is more of like a personal video. So if you like the content I've previously been giving you, or if you like this video, if you could please press that subscribe button down below, leave a like and a comment down below as well. You don't know how much that helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps me out a lot so I can continue to bring you these great videos. But yeah, in this video, I just want to tell you my story and how I got started as an entrepreneur, how I even wrapped my mind around business, or how I even got interested in business. So without further ado, let's get into the video after the intro. Anything that I have now is because I worked for it. I literally came from nothing. What's it take to be great? I swear I give my all. A steady Kanye and put the picture on the wall. Alright, so basically, as a lot of you guys know, a lot of people know me for, you know, my e-commerce videos, or know me for being into e-commerce or real estate. But I want to go way back before I even thought about picking up a camera or doing any type of videos on YouTube. So just my childhood growing up, I grew up in not the greatest area in the world, but you know, I wouldn't say it was the worst, it wasn't the greatest, but I quickly started indulging in things I wasn't supposed to indulge in. I started partaking in illegal activity, and this was more of trying to figure out where my next dollar was going to come from. So I guess you could say that that was like the spark of my entrepreneurial journey, is just, you know, growing up pretty poor. We grew up without electricity, we grew up without water. You know, it's January in Chicago, you know. I'm not from Chicago, I'm from Illinois, but we're from the south suburbs of Chicago, and we grew up pretty poor. Like, we really didn't have a lot of anything. So, you know, I started partaking in illegal activity to try to come up with money to help my mom or to help the family out. And I mean, that didn't last long. I wasn't doing nothing like crazy bad. I wasn't, you know, drug dealing or anything like that. But as I got older, my main escape from, you know, everybody has an escape, everybody has a hobby, everybody has a passion. My passion was music. So, you know, I would tell stories of, you know, how I grew up, or, you know, just things that I thought was interesting at the time in my music. So I was writing music, I was putting out music, I was even producing my own music, recording my own music. This was something that was passed down to me. Like, my whole family had a very wide range of, you know, music. Like, some people listen to rock, some people listen to rap, some people listen to R&B, some people listen to oldies. Like, I was around it all. So, you know, this is something that was kind of passed down to me, but my own love of music was of making music. Like, I wanted to make music, you know, and I had a mentor who still mentors me to this day, you know, DJ E. You know, he's helped me out along the way. But I learned very quickly, by me being in the music industry, that music is like 1% music. Like, the music industry is like 1% music and about 99% business. And I learned that very quickly. I learned that, you know, to survive in the music industry today, you have to know a lot of business, or you're gonna have to hire a lot of people to play these positions, or to do these jobs to help you escalate in the music industry. So with that being said, I'm just a rapper, you know what I mean? I'm a rapper. I just wanna go in the studio, record songs, put it out. You guys handle the rest. But being a little broke kid from the south suburbs of Chicago, I didn't have the money to hire people to do this or to do that, so it all came down on me. Me and my mentor, we pretty much put together a team, and we were trying to go at it the best way that we possibly could. But it was mainly on me. I was mainly the one booking the shows. I was the one recording the music. I was the one putting out the music. I was the one promoting the music. I was pretty much doing everything. And that's where it sparked my attention for business. So at the school that I was going to at the time, they offered some business classes. At this point, I'm in a whole nother state, a whole nother school district. So, we had some business classes that were offered to me. So I took the business classes as like, this is gonna help me with my music career. So I was taking the business classes and I was pretty much taking the knowledge. It's almost like you're translating all this knowledge that's coming in towards me. I'm translating it into how can I apply this towards my music. So that's where it sparked my attention of being a businessman and trying to get into the business world. So at this point, I'm about 18 years old in high school, and I'm trying to, do the music and trying to stay productive with it and try to stay consistent with it. And, I have a little falling out with my mother, and pretty much I thought I was grown. So I was like, you know what, I'm gone. I up and dipped. I left out the house at 18 and was homeless for a little while, and then ended up getting a place and got my own place. And it used to take me 3 weeks out of the month to pay my rent. And then that last little week out of the month was like, food or phone bill. Like, I wasn't making nothing. I was broke, and I'm working 3 jobs. I'm working more than I'm off. So that's what the majority of us do. But I was working 3 jobs and barely getting by. At this time, I had the mother of my kids and my oldest daughter, and I'm working 16, 17-hour days every day, and I wasn't eating any type of food because any food that was in the house, I believed that was for my the mother of my kids and my daughter. I feel like it would be selfish of me for me to eat the food, and we had so little of it. So at this point, I'm looking at myself in the mirror and saying, I have to make a change in my life. I have to steer the ship as a man for my family. You know what I mean? So that's when I started getting into real estate. I started off in wholesale real estate. I started, this is on my off time, mind you, I'm working like 16 hours a day. Then I started doing wholesale real estate. I started researching it. I got the information from my cousin on how to do it. And to me, this was like my way out. This was like my way of finally doing something so I'm not scraping pennies at the end of the month. You know what I mean? So, I got into wholesaling. At first, it wasn't really working for me. I really didn't understand it. Then after I, understood the language and started understanding how these deals work, then I started closing deals. But what I realized very quickly is that when I was closing these deals, I'm going out to a lot of properties, and a lot of people aren't really motivated to sell. A lot of people, will try to get you to run around. So it was very time consuming. So that's when I started researching, Amazon FBA. So when I started researching Amazon FBA, I started seeing like this is more of a passive way to make money rather than, driving around all day, using my gas, using my car, running around for people that aren't really serious about selling their house. So I got into Amazon FBA. I was failing at it. Same way like how I was failing with the wholesale real estate. I was failing on Amazon. I couldn't get things to click. But I knew, I'm the type of person, I know that if somebody else could do it, then I could do it as well. So I knew that it was possible. So I just kept sticking it out. I even bought a $750 course that I took. And the course was some BS course by some guru, and just threw me way off because now I'm going in the wrong direction. Then I ended up meeting a guy in the Facebook group, I met this guy in the Facebook group, and he pretty much told me like, yeah, don't buy no course. Check out this YouTube channel. The channel is actually Venn Drive. I'm actually gonna get him a shout out, shout out to Venn Drive, I went over there, started watching their videos on like their strategies of like reverse sourcing, and basically I was doing everything all wrong. So then I started applying that to myself and applying that to my business, and just like that, the whole thing switched. And I started closing accounts, I guess you could say. But I started getting more accounts, I was getting more products, I was selling, everything was doing good. And like I said, it's an actual business. Anybody tells you the Amazon FBA is, a walk in the park, it's not. It's a business. If you get into Amazon FBA and you don't think that you're gonna work, it's not gonna work for you. So I believe like once I got into it, I was kind of like in a little bit over my head. I mean, it's maintainable, but I started seeing like, man, I'm falling behind in this, I'm doing that, blah, 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 blah. So I decided to hire a virtual assistant, which, that ended up not working out. But now I also have 2 virtual assistants, and, they could run the whole company with me being gone. So like they do a lot of the busy work, a lot of finding products, a lot of shipments and reviewing products, and then they send it to me and I just pretty much press order on them. So they do a lot of the busy work, and it became like very passive for me. And I just wanted to make this video just because there's a lot of people out there. I know there's a lot of people out there that felt the way that I felt when I was 18 years old and nothing was clicking for me. I needed that wake-up call for me to be like, I need to make a change in my life. Any fault in my life or anything that's going on in my life, any wrong that's going on in my life is 100% my fault and my responsibility to change. So what I did is I made a change in my life. I made a change in my mind to educate myself, to put myself in a position that I won't have to be scraping up pennies every single month when rent's due. So I wanted to make this video to tell my story. I hope this story inspires people. I hope this story will hit somebody to the point where they like hear it and they're like, man, that's exactly what I'm going through right now. You know what I mean? I've had some down times. I've been down my whole life, you know what I mean? So for me to finally, make that breakthrough and find something that actually works for me, that was like the game changer for me. And I do believe to this day, the fact that I did start a company that is actually succeeding, that's what fuels me and that's what motivates me to be who I am today and to keep going and keep building. I'm not a very materialistic person. I'm not a guru. I'm not someone that is gonna come on here showing Lambos that are rented and Airbnbs that are rented. That's not me. That's not the person that I am. I'm a very humble person. I'm a very minimalistic person, but I do believe that money does make life easier. And I do believe that building something from the ground up will give you that motivation and that encouragement to keep moving forward. So I wanted to make this quick video to tell my story and help you, figure out what you want to do in your life. You know what I mean? I wanted to make this video to inspire people. I want this video to uplift people. I want people to understand that you could be living at your fullest potential, but you're operating at about 7% of your potential right now. You know what I mean? One day you're just gonna have to wake up and say, today I'm gonna operate at 100% of my potential today. Me personally, I'm not operating at 100% of my potential. You know what I mean? But I am operating at probably about 25% of my potential. When I used to operate at 7, when I used to operate at 5, when I used to operate at 2. So, long as you're moving forward and striving to do better, I do believe that you can achieve anything in this world. You know what I mean? So this is my story. I'm not no guru. I'm not anybody that did anything special. All I did is make a change in my life for the better of my family. And, I believe that you can too. So just want to make this quick little video. Before I leave out of here, I gotta ask you if you could please press that subscribe button. Please press that like button. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know your story. I want to hear your story. And it also really helps with the YouTube algorithm, trying to get this channel off the ground. So if you could please do that, it really helps me out. You know what I mean? I'll share my stories with you. You share your stories with me. But, help me get to the next step. It's your boy Amar, and I'm out.